Hey there! Let's walk through the process of coloring skin together. First, start with your line art to define the shapes. Then move on to the base color, filling in the areas with the main skin tone. Now, let's grab a soft brush that has a faded effect. In my case, I'm using the Deep Pen soft brush in Ibis Paint for shading the skin. Select a more saturated color on the warmer side of the color wheel. Apply the shade to the areas that need shading, like neck, eye, ear, and underneath the bangs. Oh, and don't forget the adorable button nose. For the next step, use the eyedropper tool to pick a color that's in between the base color and the shade. This will be your bounce line. Apply this over the shading to add some depth and adjust it as needed. You might want to add a warmer shade for extra dimension. Now let's add a lovely blush. Choose a muted coral shade and create a new layer to set to linear burn. With the airbrush tool, gently apply the blush to the cheeks and a little on the nose. Moving on to the eyes, use a lighter shade of the skin tone for the sclera and base color for the iris. We'll come back to the eyes later, so don't worry too much about them now. Now grab another layer and set it to linear burn at 50% opacity. Choose a muted purple and shade the darker areas of the skin. Once you're done, select the layer again and enable the alpha lock. This allows you to paint or smudge only inside the areas that already have paint on them. Then, use the same muted color shade from the blush and airbrush it all over the muted purple. Now back to the eyes. Use the airdropper tool to select the color where the shading was applied in the iris. Make it more saturated on the color wheel, then apply it horizontally to the iris. Remember, eyes are spheres, so make the color more circular. Create a small circle in the middle for the pupil, and voila! When it comes to highlights, it depends on the drawing's environment. For the nose, you can add a highlight with the same color as the sclera. And for my eyes, my personal favorite is a lovely shade of yellow for the highlights. Now here's my favorite part. Select the muted coral shade you use for the blush and apply it all over the canvas. Use the clipping tool and set blending mode to linear burn at 15%. This is just an optional touch based on my preference. And there you have it. That's how I color skin. I hope you enjoy this process as much as I do. Have fun and keep experimenting with different techniques.